Oscar Pistorius and his girlfriend Reeva Steenkamp were a loving couple, the athlete's murder trial has heard. The defendant's lawyer said that just 4 text and email messages out of 1,700 showed the pair arguing. After 15 days, the prosecution case ended today. The defence starts on Friday with a possible appearance on the stand from Oscar Pistorius himself. Well, Deborah Patter was in court today. Deborah, what happened today?
Well, the defence had to do some serious damage control today, Jackie, after those explosive text messages yesterday, which painted Oscar Pistorius as controlling, possessive and jealous. And even more damning was the evidence that was led that Reeva Steenkamp was on occasion scared of him. So how did they counter this? Well, they provided footage of the couple that was shot just 10 days before Oscar Pistorius shot Reeva Steenkamp. It was filmed on security cameras in a grocery store and showed the couple loving, affectionate and kissing. The defence also was at pains to show that many of these text messages were very loving, that of a normal couple. This was followed by 2 witnesses in quick succession. They didn't make much of an impression in court today. And then finally, the prosecution rested its case.
Deborah, I mean, how compelling has the prosecution case been so far?
Well, at times very compelling. I think of the neighbours who testified to hearing gunshot followed by the haunting screams of a terrified woman. I think of the ballistics evidence that described in graphic detail how Reeva Steenkamp would have died behind that locked toilet door, those bullets shattering her hip, her arm and her skull, and how she put her hands up to protect herself when she was behind that toilet door. And also the evidence about Oscar Pistorius being gun-obsessed, wanting to buy 7 guns on one occasion, letting off a firearm in a crowded restaurant. But then you had the defence poking holes in this evidence when you had police experts testifying. They were shown up in court as being inept, as bungling the crime scene. Even I know you don't pick up the gun without the gloves, but not, it seems, the South African police force. So the judge is going to have to decide how much she relies on that particular evidence.
And of course, Deborah, the really big question is, will we see Oscar Pistorius take the stand this week?
Yes, that is indeed the big question. There are only 2 people who know what happened in the early hours of Valentine's morning, and tragically, one of them is dead. So there's a very strong case for Pistorius to take the stand, and if he doesn't, the judge could draw a negative inference from that. I've spoken to the defence, and they say that they're mixed signals. He may take the stand on Friday. They're still deciding, but that they believe he really doesn't have much choice but to take that stand. If he does, he faces down Gerrie Nel, the prosecutor, who's a very merciless cross-examiner. He's known in South Africa as the Bulldog. Jackie.
Deborah Patter, thank you very much. More on that later in the week.